But I was interrupted. Oh my goodness. I can't stand when it happens. I'm trying to do things and people be interrupting me and be throwing me off. But anywho, so anywho, back to what I was saying because I was saying some really good things and then somebody called me and I had to start over. Anywho, so back to what I was saying. Um, if y'all didn't catch the last part, like I was saying, I have these gifts when it comes to spiritual babies, when it comes to the divine feminine, and just I be getting a lot of visuals and stuff that I have to really um, start diving into. So back to what I was saying, women have to understand that when you are pregnant or you're trying to conceive, you are at like your frequency is at an all-time high. Your energy is you're supposed to be in this parasympathetic state to where you are your most rested, the most nourished, the most um relaxed, the most calmest. Y'all be sitting out here stressed and depressed. Y'all be inviting unwanted energies. A lot of women be having so many blockages during your pregnancy when that's the most time where you're supposed to be flowing energetically, holistically. You are supposed to be doing that. Y'all be out here stressing over the smallest thing. Stress is the number one silent killer. And everybody be sitting here, I can't stand when women just be out here just stressed while they pregnant, just depressed, letting everybody and their mama get to you, telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. When you the only person that you should be listening to is God, because God is literally talking. Your higher self, your higher consciousness is literally talking to you the entire time during your pregnancy. But we are so disconnected from ourselves that we don't even know what that even sounds like. We don't even know what that even is. And so when it comes to pregnancy, you have to really understand what you really getting yourself into. It's not just a, oh, let's just and oh, now I'm pregnant. Like, no, it is now it's now a different ball game. And people gotta understand real sex, because I don't know, they be flagging me and shit. So my account in warning. So now I gotta shred light. But anywho, you gotta understand what's happening at that time. What is being created when you are having sex with these people. You are vibrating at a frequency of love, or you're supposed to be vibrating at the frequency of love, both man and woman. So when you become pregnant, that's the energy that whatever energy both of you have, whatever frequency both of y'all are at, that's why it's important that you need to be dealing with people of like mind and like energy. Because what you create in that essence, in that time frame, is what you're going to birth. And a lot of people be birthing disturbed children. That's because you be having disturbed energy. You be disturbed as a person. So that there are ways that you can heal that. There are definitely ways that you can heal that. I wonder how they cold because I'm freezing. But it's plenty of things that you can do to change that. But if you can fix that before you sit here and have children, then that would make things a lot easier. You have to understand anyway, before any woman or man even thinks about trying to have a child, you literally have to detox your entire body, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. You have to detox your body. You're supposed to. Having a clean body, having a healthy body is going to produce healthy, happy babies. And then we wonder why women having stillborns at an all-time rate right now. That's because a lot of y'all are dehydrated. Y'all want to eat all of the damn the chicken. Y'all want to eat the most deadest shit at the time where you supposed to be the most liveliest, the most energetic. You supposed to be like that, but you want to eat dead flesh. You want to eat things that causes an overload of candida. You want to consume things that gets you out of your homostasis. You want to do all of the things that just don't make sense, and then we have the audacity to complain, to be upset. You can only blame the health industry and the medical industry so much because there's so much information out here that can prevent all of that from happening. 80% of not miscarriages, 80% of, excuse me, situations that happen during pregnancy can be prevented. Literally 80%. And a lot of times, when you think about it, a lot of women are very dehydrated. I was reading about the stillborns um, where it never says specifically what it was. You know, they always gonna say it may cause or it may do this. This may be the problem. But when I was reading it, it kept saying something about the placenta, how the placenta wasn't able to carry the proper blood or nutrients to the baby. But when you think about flow and you think about hydration and you think about how the body really works, if you're dehydrated, you're not going to, when you are dehydrated and you're and you have blockages, you're not going to be able to carry those necessary nutrients that you need throughout your body. You're not going to properly send that to your baby. You don't even properly send it to yourself when you're not pregnant. So when you are pregnant and you're still eating bad or you're still having this high level of stress, you're creating literal blockages for yourself. So when you think about that and you think about how the placenta is literally like the only thing between the baby and the mom, and that's the only way to pass nutrients, when you think about that and you think about why a woman is dehydrated and she's not able to properly send those nutrients to your child, you have to start paying attention to what you consume every single day. So when you think about that and we know this information, we got to start taking the extra precautions and preventative measures. If we know that we're dehydrated, that means we need to consume more cucumbers, more melons, you know what I mean, more berries. Those things are very high in water content. Drink you some coconut water, like actually from the young coconut, like drink you some coconut water. Remove the meat. Meat is not group 1 carcinogen anyway, so that's telling you right there that you shouldn't be eating it. A group 1 carcinogen means there's sustainable evidence or significant evidence that shows that eating meat will eventually cause cancer. It's like, go look that shit up. It's wild. And we know this and we still consume these things. We still consume these things. But let me get to it because it's getting wild because I don't know, I just be thinking about things and I'm like, man, so many women, even when Christmas time came along, and a lot of, I think it was some celebrities that took Christmas pictures, but there was no fathers in the pictures. It was nothing but single moms, and it's like, and this gonna roll over into the family dynamic. But um, even when you think about that, it's like we are lacking somewhere, and it's something to really think about. We feel like, as a society of women, we feel like all we need is to have this baby. We don't think about how imbalanced the home will be without that father figure in the picture. We don't think about none of that. We think we can do it all by ourselves. We think that we are so independent and we don't need this and we don't need that. You need a man. You need that divine masculine in that home to bring balance to your family dynamic. That is a necessity. It's something about when that melanated man is in the picture. It's something about it. Y'all better get you one of them. What that is? A salad. Salad. Creating heaven on earth is happening. So, um, for a lot of us right now, we are hitting, we are hitting the turning point of the age of Aquarius. So, for real, see, we are hitting the turning point of the age of Aquarius. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they was trying to tell me it's just now becoming the age of Aquarius. No, the age of Aquarius has been here. The age of Aquarius been here. We're just hitting a turning point where it's where we're in the age of Aquarius, where it's like it's blatantly showing you that this is good, this is evil. This is doing good for us, self-sustaining. But this shit right here is blatantly in your face. It's blatantly disrespecting you. It's blatantly showing you that it's not good. And you can see this through the school. You can see this through every industry. Everything is being revealed. People are sitting here they're literally taking these big companies to court. They're literally, especially if you in the health industry, a lot of people, they're not talking about that, but a lot of people are literally trying to take them to court for the things that they're putting in the food and the things that they're putting in the medicine, the things that's happening after you consume these things. Y'all better start catching up. People be thinking this, you crazy, like you don't know what you talking about, like is you hotep, like what? Because I see beyond what's in front of me. That's wild. But creating heaven on earth is happening now. A lot of things are going to be shifting to, okay, this year really is not necessarily about um the woman. This year is definitely wholeheartedly about the divine masculine. And it's going to be about them for a minute because me personally, I pick up on a lot of feminine energy we've already really had our deep spiritual awakenings. You have the stragglers that's coming along, but a lot of us are already had it. So it's imperative in 2023, starting 20, like this literally is this is like the last time to really get your ships in order. Get this shit in order, your mental health in order, because a lot is going to be happening. I don't know if y'all seen earlier today in Atlanta, it was another black man, or yeah, it was another black man, and he was attacked by two Caucasian students. He was at college, and they attacked him. I forgot what was like the backstory of it, but that's two happening already. That's trying to hit mainstream. That's going viral. And people got to really understand, and this is why it's so important for the divine masculine to be ready to go through this transition. Like, y'all can't sit here and just keep looking anymore. You can't sit here and just be like, man, it is what it is. I'm going to mind my business. Nah, like, this year is definitely going to be a lot of old heads, a lot of more mature uh, people, or I'm going to say men, literally coming down to smack your ass because you need to get in line and you need to get in order. If you haven't heard about New Era Atlanta, New Era Detroit, New Era Philly, New Era, y'all better go look them men up because they is heavy in the community, and they giving it's giving Black Panther reloaded. I'm trying to join in Atlanta, like right now. Like I'm not even playing with you. Like I'm trying to see how I can contribute to the community. I ain't gotta be on the front line, but I want to be somewhere. Cause ain't no way we doing this. So it's this is the time for that masculine to really take your spiritual health or your spiritual hygiene, take that really really serious, and really really take hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna come back to you. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you, but I gotta get this message out. But it's really imperative that we all connect, because how I'm seeing it too, like I just be meditating on this, and it's gonna come involuntary, whether people wanna look at it that way, but whether it's voluntary or involuntary, it's gonna come. Like I literally see it happening. Like I see black men minding their business, and you know how you go somewhere and people just be intimidated by your energy anyway. So um I see these people, and this is happening in several places. I see these people, fucking with them. Y'all know how they do. And I literally see women, black women, speaking up to them too, protecting them too, not in a way of being in the forefront, when it comes to being physical, but in a way of women got to understand their spiritual power too. Um, their spiritual protection is all women really have to do is say words. And see, women got to really understand how powerful y'all are. Y'all are like spiritual protectors, like for sure. Like in the spiritual realm, you are the spiritual protectors. We see things that men can't quite see and feel. So all we have to do is say certain things, and it's kind of like so multi be. You have to understand your power. You have to understand what you just sang in your voice, because we have voices that carry, and then we carry and we speak loudly for a reason, and we should use that to defend our men and defend our legacy, defend our community, and defend our family dynamic. I want y'all to see this shirt so bad. My nephew swear he just be driving. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? A lot of people, so there's going to be a switch. So a lot of the people that people consider to be these spiritual gurus, these people that claim to be like real healers. Um, in case y'all haven't know, a lot of people have been getting exposed, and a lot of those people happen to be people in mainstream and the limelight and stuff that claim they're this and they're that. But you can definitely tell the real healers and the real spiritual people at this point versus the ones that's just kind of like being repetitive and just um not doing any of the work. So um and one of the key ways you could tell somebody is not really doing the work is if they're really really being repetitive. Like that's the number one giveaway. When you a person who is always healing and dealing with your shadow and dealing with um your own demons, you learn so much. Like you're able to teach, you're able to obtain that wisdom, and like you can have knowledge or know something, but when it comes to the experience, the wisdom of it, you have a different and deeper insight of it. So you go in the house. You gonna go in the house anyway, because y'all about to go in the house because it is getting cold. Lord, now they're gonna come mess with me, child. But a lot of us who are, because this is actually speaking to me too, because I was supposed to been teaching stuff, but I just been I have been battling myself with doubt. So I'm really coming out of that, and coming out of that hermit energy, coming out of that So now I'm more so stepping into my power unapologetically and being able to speak and understand and hear what I got going on. Y'all need to go and get some yeah, go in the house. Go in the house and go change your clothes. Get some pants, get some dry clothes. Cause it's cold out here and you're all the way wet, Cam. It's cold out here and you all the way wet. Go in the house. Come on. I ain't hugging you, you wet. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go get you some pants. Go look in that basket and get you some clothes. Okay? I'll be in there in a minute. Go hurry up and change. Y'all. I might gotta go in there in a minute. Hell, it's cold out here. But anywho, step into your power. Where he at? Where he at? Where he at? Hold on. Is you still here? Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, he might have left. No. I about to say, Suge, if you're here, come back on, please. But because I had to get that out. Like I really had to get that out somewhere else. Um I really had to get that out because a lot of us have been sleeping on what we're supposed to be teaching and speaking on because we had a lot of doubt and we had a lot of distractions. But a lot of people are coming out of those distractions and they're really stepping into who they truly are and really using their power to the best of it. To the best advantage to where it's not only helping yourself but also helping other people and helping the community. A lot of people are understanding the community part. A lot of people are really understanding that it's not just about your immediate family or your biological family, it's about your entire community. Family goes beyond what we were taught that it was. Everything that we perceive it to be is now going to be changed and shifted by the mind. A lot of people that are going to be teaching are going to be teaching more so about the spirit and the mind because whatever you teach yourself spiritually and mentally, your body will follow anyway. So a lot of these fake guru spiritualists, a lot of them will teach you things about the body first, which is backwards. You don't teach about the body, the physical part first. You always teach about the spiritual and the mental because that is literally what is created first. It's first you're first being impregnated with a thought, then you start to cultivate with people. You start to have physical creation, SEX. Then you come. So it's spirit, thought, process, mind, emotions. That's what make the love and the frequency when you are actually doing these activities. And then here comes the physical body. The body always comes last. So you gotta tap in. You gotta tap in. Gracias. Anna, grandmother, Jesus. Yeah, this is more so giving Mother Kai. I like the aesthetic of the cards, but some of these words is like, I'm gonna make it fit for me. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So this has been so things at this time are being placed kind of like a blueprint. Things are being placed in specific areas in specific people for a reason. And so when you start to see things like, for example, Tyree Nichols, and you start to see the fellow today who was brutally attacked by two white college students, you're going to start seeing more of this. And when you do, you need to understand that whatever you're feeling, you need to connect with that. And by connecting with that, you need to breathe with it, meditate with it, journal with it, because anything that happens like mainstream like that, it affects all of us. We're literally all one. Melanated people, we really all one. That's why I couldn't even watch that video with Tyre Nichols. Like I couldn't even like I didn't I was so in tune, like I didn't even need to watch the video to see what happened. Like I already seen what happened. And it's like when you feel that, it's really it's it made me want to disconnect from social media and just dive deeper into myself. And because I did that, I was able to pick up on this message for sure. But a lot of people, you have been connecting with your tribe members for a while, and now it's the time for you to start planning things with them and start moving in a way of how you can improve your community and how you can improve humanity more than anything. So take this time and to always connect with your people and start to really plan these things out, because um, it's going to be a time, it is literally going to be a time where we are literally, it's going to be like nature versus technology or AI. It's going to be um, robots versus like humans. It's like real versus fake, pretty much. So we hope you choose the right side, because it's really not worth all of that. You trying to spend this eternal life, but this eternal life that you're trying to spend is something that you will have no absolute control over. They already understand the fact that your mind is the most precious thing. So that's why it's important that what you watch, what you consume spiritually and mentally is very important versus what you do physically. Because your mind is an attraction on its own. So it's like whatever you whatever you really feed yourself mentally and spiritually, you will attract those things because it's all thought. It's all mental. Mental. That's why I don't ever I don't watch like Chrisean and Blueface. Like I don't watch TV dramas because I don't want to attract those things in my life, because I understand that my mind is very valuable, and the things that I watch with my two seeing eyes, or the eyes of the soul, um I understand that I will start to then attract those things to myself, and I don't want that attraction. I don't want that. So be mindful at this time too, because the energy right now is very I'm gonna say sensitive. The energy is very sensitive right now, like very tender to speak, to touch. So whatever you speak on, whatever you um do, whatever intentions you set right now will be given to you tenfold on tenfold on tenfold. So you have to be mindful of what you are doing, what you are doing to others, what you are allowing people to do to you. You need to be tight knit with who you have in your circle, who is always in your company. If their energy is not what it need, if their energy does not align with yours, you need to get rid of them immediately. Don't even question it. Don't even don't ask why. Don't question it. It's a reason that these things are happening, divine plan. It's a reason that these things are happening, because we are all being elevated, but we need to be elevated with the right people, because whatever we do in this year right now will last will last for the next few generations. So it's really deeper than that people got to really understand. Honey, not the wind blowing. Ugh, not the wind blowing. Not the wind blowing, not the wind blowing, not the wind blowing. But yes, and we are still in this time of resting, hibernation, um, planning. We are still in this time of some of us are in separation with someone. I don't know why that came up, but I guess that relates to the family dynamic. Um, some people needed to take a break to replenish themselves and to really get their spirit self together and really start connecting to their higher selves And because of that, you're going to be deeply rewarded, but you have to take diving into yourself on a different and deeper level. Like you have to go more in depth with yourself more than you ever have in the past. Like you really have to go deeper into who you really are. Like you think you know deeply who you are, but you really don't know, because there's always deep things that I don't know why the word deep deep just keep coming to mind, but it's always deeper things that you have to find out for yourself. And when you allow yourself to rest, peace and harmony, goddess, when you allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate, and you allow yourself to reflect, reflection is deep in this hibernation. Like you really have to reflect and do that shadow work beyond the shit that you've been doing. Like you got to do it 10 times what you've been doing. And that's because this year a lot of emotions are going to be moving. A lot of a lot of chaos is going to be happening. A lot of things are going to be breaking down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of things are going to be breaking down to the point where it can feel like it's going to be breaking you spiritually. But the thing is, if you aren't aware of how, if you aren't self aware enough to the point where you understand that your this breakdown that you're experiencing spiritually, because this is going to affect all of us as a collective. So when you understand the chaos that's happening, it's easier for you to be able to move and transition through the different the what do I want to call the different, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to use episodes, but the different transitions that's going to be happening throughout the year. So you really got to understand and be self understand and overstand how you move. Like find your rhythm. Find find your rhythm of how you flow when you're in your downs and your ups, because everybody has a down and an up, depending on the year. Like most of my ups will be during the hot season, and most of my downs will happen in the cold season. So probably in March, that's when I really start feeling like it. You know how you be like warming up, like when March come, I know I be really, really warming up into what I have that's been planted as my seeds. So you just really got to find a rhythm in yourself. Like this year is really about digging deep within yourself, and because of that, a lot of us are going to be finding our soulmate. We're going to be finding our for lifers. I say you're there for lifers. A lot of us are going to be finding those. A lot of people are going to either have a lot of people are going to have reconciliations um, with people, and those reconciliations will be the determining factor of if you should if you should move on from this person, because what's happening is the person that you're going to be dealing with this year is going to be the person that you're going to be dealing with for this lifetime, and it's going to be your life partner. So if you have been separated from somebody and y'all come back together, it is the test of have y'all been doing the work individually so that you can come together, because the black love that's happening is going to be turning tables for a lot of I would guess I would say like excuse me, for the younger generation, because a lot of our younger generation are in relationships that are very traumatic. Not to use Krishan and Blueface, but those are the examples that's being highlighted right now. But this black love and the black family dynamic that's being built right now, just alone off of just healing and the masculine taking back their power and building their egos up, um, it's going to be a huge transition. Like I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Like I can't wait. But it's a lot of that happening. Now, how do I do this? How do I go live with people? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to work. TikTok. I don't know how to work TikTok. Oh my gosh, I feel old. But I'm not old. I'm young. Haha. But I don't know, I just seen somebody do, I don't know. I don't know. But I was gonna bring somebody up, but how do I do that? All right, fuck it. So, but yeah, like the family dynamic has to be built on proper structure. It has to be built on true love, and love is not just the Roman antics. It's there's a difference between. I feel like romance was replaced for the word sensual. Um, because romance, if you think about Roman antics or you think about romance, a lot of it deals with your senses. It deals with sensuality. We want men to be, we want we want a significant other that is romantic, but our view of romantic is doing like the rose petals, doing the massages, doing, you know, sensual things. And if we understand the true essence of sensuality and how it's more so you tapped in with all of your senses and not just on a not it just being sexualized, we will understand the deeper connection that is needed within the black community, because the love in the black community is giving very tough love when it shouldn't be no more fucking tough love. It should be just love, you know. But love is deeper than just I love you or just a feeling. It's security. It's more it's more than just what we perceive as love to be in movies. You know, it's having things, it's building things together. I would more so say is it's not if we were to build bonds off of love, a lot of people wouldn't be happy, and that's why a lot of people aren't happy, because people are just building it based on a feeling of things and not what could be built between two people. People don't really understand how to really truly build, but because our men, our masculine, our divine masculines will be um building this year, it's literally going to be like, how I'm saying it is, a lot of men are going to just come in and kind of be like, they have this together, they have that together, and this is what he wants to build, or this is what he sees as his family dynamic. And then the woman that he comes across it's literally going to fit like just real easy. It's going to fit. It's going to, and if you dealing with somebody and it don't fit, that ain't the person. Like that's real easy. It's not this. I'm telling y'all, and it's just going to be a beautiful year. It's going to be a beautiful year. Do I have any more? Do I have any more? Do I have any more? But because it's women have to understand this year too. It's not the time to be selfish. It's not the time to be enabling men. Like the importance of the divine energy is not to be enabling to the men and their processes. And I feel like this is now the time. Look at that, the great gathering, all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. This is the time where men, we see our men healing, we see our men doing more. Now is the time for you to shut the hell up, okay? That's as simple as I can put it. Like, now is not the time for you to sit here and tell a man I told you so. Tell a man, now is not the time for you to hit him while he's down. If anything, you need to do some type of way of building. So one of the things that I really want to do with me being a breathwork facilitator, I want to host a men's only sound bowl healing session. And I want this to be like in person, so probably like in Atlanta. But I want to do a men's only breathwork session because um I'm really learning the difference between tranquility breathing and stimulating breathing techniques. And a lot of men seem to be angry. A lot of men seem to be very emotional. And when you're doing tranquility breathing techniques, this allows you to bring a balance to yourself. And when you do stimulating breathing techniques, which is more so building up that energy. So when you're building up that energy, which um, with stimulating breathing techniques, you're more so doing short, shallow breaths. So it's building and cultivating up that heated energy. So the spiritual side of it is when you do that type of energy or that type of breathing technique, you're allowing things to come up kind of like a volcano. It's literally building up and it's literally coming up to surface. So when you start to heal, when you do that healing from that breath work, you're going to have a lot of things that are going to come up to surface that you never even thought that you were, you know, experiencing, that it was even making you mad. So it's like I really want to explain in depth of what breath work is and how men can really benefit from it. And I want to set the whole mood for men so men can understand how to set the mood for themselves, because women, us as women, we understand and we know that we are literally protectors of the spiritual realm, or in the spiritual realm we do most of our work. So when we understand that and the power that we have, that's why I never understood why women be like, I'm not helping healing no man. You don't have to help him necessarily, but introduce it to him, because it's things that we feel and see that they don't. So they might not be able to feel and understand what we're saying. So when you actually teach men or teach your sons or whoever how to really tap into that self awareness, this is going to help push them through their healing journey. We gotta stop being selfish, like, nah, he need to figure that out on his own. Yeah, he gonna figure it out on his own as he practices it, but you should introduce it to them. We just think about how frustrating it was when you didn't know how to use that energy and you had to do it on your own. Like me personally, I did a lot of this shit on my own. Like I did a lot. Like I had a few spiritual guides, but for the most part, I literally was teaching myself how to be self-aware, how to really trust myself, how to really hear myself and feel myself. So that's why I can kind of advocate myself to be in what you would call a sensuality coach. But I don't view sensuality as the things that people overly sexualize. I don't do that. I teach you how to be intimate with yourself, but not in a way of, you know, sexuality, but it's more so intimate with yourself as getting to know all parts of you, which is very important. So if you are a woman who is tapped into your sensuality and you're tapped into your spiritual practices, and you're really practical with your spiritual hygiene, teach men how to do it. Like literally host classes teaching men how to use their sensuality to tap in with themselves. So that's what I want to do. I'm in the process of getting me some singing bowls and I want to do sound healing for men. Even when it comes to even when it comes to sacral chakra, your sacral energy, your sexual energy, a lot of people, I seen a video, somebody on tonight's conversation, they were talking about body count, and it's like, well, men be so upset about women and their body count, but men need to understand too, you hold that same energy when you're having sex with multiple women. You carry that same energy. Any woman that you sleep with, whether you know it or not, is literally inside your shaft. All that energy that you cultivating and you creating with women, you thinking it's just physical, like you trying to figure out why your emotions are all over the place. You trying to figure out why you really love this woman, but you can't really be the man that you need to be because you have all of these other energies. And you got to think about it, which don't make sense, because when you as a man have sex with women and whoever they've dealt with is in their womb. So you're getting part of that too. It's energy transfers or transmutes. Like it doesn't make sense why people be so quick to judge a woman by her body count, but it's okay for men to sleep around with any and everybody as if they don't have that emotional baggage too. Emotional baggage comes in the form of literally sexual exchange, literally. And we judge women off of their body count, but people don't even understand it on a spiritual level. People don't understand it on that level at all. People want to keep everything so surface level, so physical, but they think they can just go out here and have. Why do you think when people would have sex back then, that meant that you were married? It's a sacred thing, and people just be out here. It's a sacred thing between man and woman. It's a sacred thing, but we oftentimes want to judge the woman because the woman she's giving the birth, she's just on this high pedestal, but men have to start putting themselves on a higher pedestal when it comes to that. You shouldn't want to have sex with any and every woman that you see. And if you are, then you have a problem and you need to work on that. It's not just the woman. It's the man too. It's both. So if we speak about body count, we have to understand the duality of it. It's not just about women and their body count, it's about men and their body count because like I said, women hold that emotion from a man and men hold that emotion from women too when they enter inside of them. Into me you see. So you into me you see with every other woman that you see, what do you think you're going to into me see? What do you think you're going to see? Then you find you a woman that you really, really love. You love her to pieces. But you can't understand her because you have so much energy from any and everybody. Ladies, start saging their penis. Sage their penis. Start staging them, honey. Yeah. Start mothering them. Yes. Mothering yourself, loving yourself. But I'm gonna come back and do a part two because I gotta go feed the kiddos. Yeah, like men gotta start looking at themselves as a deeper, um, as a temple too. Men gotta really understand that because body count is way past just women. It's men too. So I'm gonna come back later on this evening and talk about it some more on a deeper level, but because I really can't focus because it's cold as shit out here. But I gotta go feed the kiddos because I know they hungry. They was outside playing. I need to make sure they change clothes too because it's raining and it's cold. But I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel. Um, I'll put this on my YouTube channel whenever they process it and everything. So if you so I made 500 subscribers on YouTube. Shout out, yeah! It was a long time coming. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 by it's February. I'm really trying to get 1,000 by my birthday is in April, so I'm really trying to hit 1,000 by then. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Just click the link in the bio, which I'll be more so when I get it to 1,000. I'm really gonna be more so transitioning everything to my YouTube channel for sure. But in the meanwhile, long run, follow me or subscribe to the channel. Peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. I want to go to rain. Yeah, let me go change. Let me go get these kids together, honey. And if you ain't by now, if you got children, homeschool your children. They all up in uh oh, peace and harmony, goddess. Peace and harmony. Thank you for coming and you showing up for yourself more than anything. Gotta remember that. But make sure if you got children, homeschool your fucking children. There are this, and this should be. I'm gonna leave off of this. This is furthermore proves why I decided to homeschool my child. 130 elementary school children all started vomiting at one time in Las Vegas. And these people at this school only notified the parents of the children that got sick, but they never said anything to the families of the children who weren't getting sick. And it was to the point where the lady was like, she thought a zombie apocalypse was about to happen because so many children were sick at one time. And if y'all don't understand that the USDA and the FDA is funding your children's food at school, and we already know how they're poisoning the food and shit now, we got to understand how this interacts with all of the industries, the medical industry, the health industry, the the fucking what else? The school system, like all of this, how it all intertwines, it all interwoven together. So take your motherfucking children out of schools. Don't be afraid to be like, I don't know how I'm gonna be self-sustaining. I don't know where money gonna come from. Listen, it's so many resources out here where you can make money, where you can be stay at home with your children. We were never meant to send our children out here to these motherfuckers anyway. We was never meant to do that. So as soon as you start following divine's orders and going with divine, things will start to grow and flow into place for you. So with that being said, y'all gotta go to this code. Yeah, that's crazy for real. Yeah, like literally, like I had to move back to my hometown for a little bit. When I tell you, because it was crazy because I didn't want to enroll my child in public school. That was her first and last year going, and I didn't want to enroll her anyway. Like something was just telling me no, but I was like all summer I kept hearing homeschool my child, but I was, that's what I'm saying. Like I wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't the woman that I am today. I wasn't her 6, 7 months ago. So now that I'm here, it's like, yeah, you can't pay me enough to send my child there. Like you can't. The food don't look nowhere near the same than when I was in school. It looks completely different. It's raising hella red flags. So, but yeah, I'm about to get y'all. It's cold. I'm gonna speak to y'all later. Peace and harmony. Make sure I'm fasting. Y'all, it's my day one fast. I'm drinking nothing but tea and water. Um, but yeah, so peace and harmony. Love y'all, family. Be back later.